Ladies and gentlemen, we are now days away from the final result of Lok Sabha 2024, sixth phase. There are just over 100 seats left and 60 of them are going to vote today. All of Delhi, all of Haryana is voting as we speak, and we start off early this morning. Our reporters are joining us from 22 different constituencies. We've reported live from the ground from over 200 Lok Sabha seats over the course of the last 1.5 months, getting you a pulse, because we have our studio conversations about economic policy and whether caste quotas or religious quotas are important. Last week, of course, while India was voting, we were interviewing the Prime Minister. We're hoping to get the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge over the next couple of days. Now, the big question, of course, is what's the pulse on the ground? Standing by this morning in Kurukshetra, in Haryana, a very interesting battle where Naveen Jindal is hoping to take the seat for the Bharatiya Janata Party. In Kanti in West Bengal, also in Sirsa in Haryana, and of course in the national capital, in New Delhi, where my colleague Devika Chopra is standing by. Devika is standing in the constituency where, of course, a very interesting battle is taking place, where the daughter of Sushma Swaraj is now taking on the Congress Aam Aadmi Party combine in New Delhi. Devika, good morning to you. People, I'm hoping, are already gathered. It's going to be a hot day in Delhi, and I'm assuming some voting is going to happen early in the morning. What's the location on the ground in the New Delhi constituency, Devika?
Good morning, Rishabh. We're in the heart of the national capital. We're very close to Connaught Place. This is the polling center right behind me, and we're expecting Bansuri Swaraj, the BJP candidate, to be joining us here in just a short amount of time. As you said, let me set up the contest here. The Aam Aadmi Party has fielded Somnath Bharti. BJP has fielded Bansuri Swaraj. They're both first-timers as far as contesting Lok Sabha elections are concerned. One similarity that they have is that they're both lawyers as well. However, interestingly, historically speaking, Rishabh, this seat has toggled power between the BJP and the Congress. Between 2004 and 2009, Congress's Ajay Mankan held this seat. But in 2014, it was Meenakshi Lekhi of the Bharatiya Janata Party who managed to defeat him with over 1.5 lakh votes. In 2019, she once again came back, Meenakshi Lekhi of the BJP, with over 2.5 lakh votes. But interestingly, Rishabh, both in 2014 and 19, it became a three-way contest as far as this particular seat is concerned between the Aam Aadmi Party, Congress and the BJP. So this time around, it will be interesting to see what the numbers will be like on the 4th of June, as far as once again we see a two-way contest in the New Delhi constituency. Also important to note is that the BJP has sent many of its stalwarts, including former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Bharat Ratna L.K. Advani. They have all been fielded and have been sent to the parliament from this particular seat where we're standing today. So it is a big prestige battle that will be taking place as far as the New Delhi parliamentary constituency is concerned. And like I said, this is in the heart of the national capital, very, very close to Connaught Place.
Okay, of course, the irony being, as we kick off voting at 7 in the morning, there are more correspondents there this morning. Hopefully, we get a chance to speak to the voters lining up in these various centers as well to get a pulse of what the flavor is, because the flavor really matters. What's this about? Is this about governance at the national level? Is this about the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal? Is this about Swati Malewal, or is this about pollution and other issues that Delhi faces? We'll come back to you, Devika, very shortly. Let's hop across to Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra, and a very interesting battle once again taking place between Naveen Jindal of the BJP. Abhay Chautala, remember, is contesting there from the INLD. The Aam Aadmi Party, of course, is contesting in Haryana also. Sushil Kumar Gupta has been sent over there. It's a seat that the BJP would consider a pretty comfortable bastion. Nayab Singh Saini has been winning that seat, or won that seat last time around with 3.5 lakh votes. How is it shaping up this morning over there?
Well, absolutely, Rishabh. This is the land where one of the famous battles of Mahabharat was fought, Kurukshetra. And in fact, that's why at the polling booth where I'm standing in Mohan Nagar in Kurukshetra, the polling booth where BJP candidate and former MP Naveen Jindal will be casting his vote shortly. The polling, rooms have been given names like Abhimanyu Kaksh, Chanakya Kaksh, Vishwamitra Kaksh, Prahlad Kaksh, after various, characters and important names from the Mahabharata. Polling has begun here. It's, started very briskly since the morning. People have been queuing up. And let me quickly go across straight to the people to get you a sense of what's, the mood on ground, what's the pulse of Kurukshetra right now. भाई साहब आपसे पूछेंगे, आप आ गए हैं सुबह सुबह यहाँ, किन मुद्दों के आधार पे आज आप अपना वोट डालेंगे? मेन इश्यूज आपके लिए क्या है?
ये तो अधिकार है आदमी ने, हर एक आदमी ने डालना चाहिए वोट, हर एक आदमी ने अपना वोट डालना चाहिए।
अच्छी बात है और जागरूक होकर डालना चाहिए। तो मेन इश्यूज आपके लिए क्या है, मेन मुद्दे इस बार?
मेन क्या है, जो भी गवर्नमेंट बनेगी अच्छे काम करेंगे, जिसको वोट देंगे उसको चुनेंगे।
आपके लिए लोकल इश्यूज जरूरी हैं, नेशनल इश्यूज जरूरी हैं, क्या ज्यादा जरूरी?
जरूरी है, देश की सुरक्षा के लिए और जो करता है, नेशनल ज्यादा है, लोकल कम है। निजी तो अपना होता है, लोकल तो।
आपसे पूछेंगे साहब कि आपके लिए मेन मुद्दे क्या हैं इस बार?
मेन मुद्दे का अभी गवर्नमेंट सही काम कर रही है और यही गवर्नमेंट दोबारा आनी चाहिए
नेशनल सेंटर में। हम आपसे पूछेंगे मैडम, आपके मन में क्या मेन मुद्दे चल रहे हैं आज जब आप अपना वोट डालेंगे?
महंगाई कम होनी चाहिए, देखो, और गैस इतनी बड़ी हुई है वो कम होनी चाहिए। जो है महंगाई के ऊपर घरेलू औरतों को तो यही है कि अपनी किचन थोड़ा ठीक बैलेंस ठीक बना रहे।
हाँ बेटे,
मेन मुद्दा आपके लिए क्या है?
मुद्दा बेरोजगारी है, महंगाई, यही है जी।
मेन मुद्दा मैडम आपके लिए क्या है?
बदलनी चाहिए सरकार हर बार। हाँ जी,
स्थिरता चाहिए।
हाँ, क्योंकि उसी
आप
से
बदलाव
पता
चाहेंगे
चलेगा
और
इंसान का, उसी से पता चलता है ना इंसान का, भाई कोई कितना काम कर सकता है या क्या। बदलनी चाहिए।
अच्छा, वोट डाल दिया?
हाँ जी, डाल दिया जी सर जी।
दिखाइए आपकी उंगली। बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया। सुबह सुबह आज आपने अपना वोट डाला है। यू आर वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट फ्यू वोटर्स हियर सर। किन मेन मुद्दों को लेकर आपने अपना वोट डाला?
अपने वोट तो हमें एक तो अधिकार है वोट डालने का।
मेन इशू क्या था मगर आपके?
हमारा विकास हुआ, इंडिया का नाम हुआ देशों में, और शांति प्रिय देश है हमारा। रेलवे बिछा दी, लाइनें बिछा दी, सड़कों की लाइनें बिछा दी, तो इससे और क्या मुद्दा?
संतुष्ट है। ठीक, आप बताइए साहब, मेन इशू आपके लिए इस बार क्या था, मेन मुद्दा क्या?
मेन मुद्दा सर, मैं तो जो अपना व्यू है, एक तो मेरा वोट का अधिकार है। मैं तो सभी से ये अपील करूंगा कि अपने राष्ट्र हित में घर से निकल कर वोट दें, क्योंकि अगर आप वोट डालेंगे तभी आपको एक स्थिर सरकार मिल पाएगी। मैं देश हित के लिए वोट डाल रहा हूँ।
You know what's very good, of course, here, Rishabh, is that we have a lot of the elderly who've come out here in the morning. Also, a lot of elderly men and women in equal number. आप सबसे पूछेंगे, बहुत अच्छा लगा कि आप सब आ गई हैं यहाँ सुबह सुबह। आपके लिए क्या है?
गरीबी के लिए बहुत दिक्कत आ रही है, बहुत जो परेशान है, जो अमीर है वो तो बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, जो गरीब है वो डाउन होते जा रहे हैं। उनके लिए कम से कम हम सोचते हैं किचन का जो खर्चा है वो उन लोगों को रोटी खाने का जुगाड़ तो बने, और जो बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं उनके लिए आगे जॉब कोई नहीं है।
आपके लिए?
हाँ जी, हम तो यही चाहते हैं कि बच्चों का भविष्य अच्छा होना चाहिए बस। और देखो जी, खाना पीना तो अपने बना के ही खाना, कोई मैं तो देख।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। So the queues of course here are there in a lot of number, and we'll just try and get you some more people. In fact, Rishabh was standing here since a while. आपसे पूछेंगे साहब, मेन इशू आपके लिए इस बार क्या है? कंट्री क्या है?
और कुछ नहीं।
You want a strong country?
यस यस यस।
आप बताइए साहब, मेन मुद्दा आपके लिए क्या है?
देश के लिए है जी।
देश के प्रति आपका वोट है। ठीक, आपके लिए साहब, व्हाट इज योर मेन इशू? मेन इशू आपके मन में क्या चल रहा है?
गोपनीय सब कुछ।
अच्छा, गोपनीय वोट। चलिए, आप बताइए साहब, मेन मुद्दा आपके लिए इस बार क्या है?
नहीं सर,
Okay. So these were some of the people, we got you, and we'll continue to get you those voices from on ground, Rishabh. As you were saying, of course, earlier, this is a seat where the BJP is, of course, hoping to score a win. Naveen Jindal is a high-profile candidate from the seat. He's represented the seat twice in the past. Sushil Gupta, interestingly, has been given this seat in alliance with the Congress party. AAP was only allocated one seat in Haryana. Of course, they got a lion's share in Delhi. And Abhay Chautala is hoping to be the kingmaker. He's hoping to cut the votes, and perhaps how many votes he gets might also influence the final margin of the result.
Yeah, it's a very interesting one because as I mentioned, Saini won the vote last time around. It was a multipolar contest with the JJP, BSP having candidates. Between the two of them, they took 1.5 lakh votes. Arjun Chautala was contesting last time around. He also got 60,000 votes over there, but Saini won with almost 7 lakh votes to the closest competitor in the Congress, Nirmal Singh, with only 3 lakh votes. But you're getting a pulse. Some people, of course, shy, don't want to talk, fair enough. But a lot of people are very upfront in talking that this is what we're voting for. You're getting some people saying that national issues and a strong government is what we want. Others are saying, no, listen, price rise is a problem, jobs is a problem. You're getting a pulse of where that is going, and it's a very interesting pulse. Stay with me. Let me hop across to Sirsa. Also in Haryana, where my colleague Akshay is standing by. Sirsa, very interesting competition also, because a stalwart of the Congress, Kumari Selja, has been sent there to take on the BJP's Ashok Tanwar. The BJP once again has changed its candidate from this seat as well. Another seat which they swept last time around by more than 3 lakh votes. And Ashok Tanwar, remember, was in the opposition at that point of time. He was contesting for the Congress. So he has now joined the BJP. The BJP vote he's hoping is coming to him. His own vote, he won 4 lakh votes for the Congress last time around, he's hoping. But the Congress has sent one of its party leaders, Kumari Selja, to take him on. Akshit, what are people on the ground saying in Sirsa?
Well, yes, Sirsa is witnessing a fierce contest between the, two former state chief of the Congress party. Remember, we know that Ashok Tanwar, of course, switched sides and is now contesting on the BJP ticket. Meanwhile, Kumari Selja, of course, contesting from the India bloc because they are in a seat-sharing agreement here with Aam Aadmi Party. Of course, Aam Aadmi Party, contesting from the Kurukshetra seat. Well, we'll quickly try to gain in the pulse as to what voters think out here. सर क्या कुछ मुद्दों को आज लेकर आप वोट डालेंगे सिरसा?
हम तो यही मुद्दा है जो देश हित के लिए डालें वोट, जो देश के अंदर काम करेगा, जैसे मोदी जी है, देश के अंदर काम किए इन्होंने, सेना के लिए काम किया है, उसके लिए दे रहे हम.
So of course, you heard out from one voter here because still they are queuing up to cast their ballot. You can see there that voters are continuously coming. We will just quickly try to
inside the polling booth. Let people cast their votes in peace. We should be speaking to people outside the polling booth and get a pulse over there. Akshit, why don't you line up the people as they come out after they've cast their vote, and we'll come back to you. As you're seeing, Manohar Lal Khattar, former Chief Minister of Haryana, now of course campaigning and hoping to win his seat out of Haryana as well on your screens, casting his vote this morning. Let's hop across to the other side of the country, towards the east in West Bengal, where in Kathi a very, very interesting battle is taking place. Sumendu Adhikari of the Bharatiya Janata Party is taking on Uttam Barik of the Trinamool. Tripolar contest over here because the Congress has also fielded a candidate. Remember, Sisir Adhikari had won this seat for the Trinamool Congress last time around by a margin of 1 lakh votes. So Sumendu is going to be hoping that he takes it this time, and after the side flipping that has taken place, that this turns from a TMC constituency into a BJP constituency. Renik, what's the pulse on the ground? What are people saying?
एकदम देखिए, मैं जिस जगह में खड़ा हूँ उस जगह में जो लोगों का भीड़, वो भीड़ ही बता दे रहा है कि लोग बढ़ चढ़ कर बाहर आ रहे हैं वोट देने के लिए. मगर कौन से मुद्दे आज सबसे महत्वपूर्ण होगा, इस बारे में चर्चा करेंगे. दादा, कौन सा इशू सबसे ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण है इस सीट के लिए?
तो कौन इशू तो बहुत है इधर में. तो
आपके मन में कौन सा इशू है?
কর্মসংস্থান के लिए तो एक
আপনিও তো ভোট দিতে এসেছেন, কোন বিষয়টাকে বেশি মাথায় রাখবেন?
সবার জন্য ভালো থাকবে, সবকা আচ্ছা হোক, বাস ভালো রাখে
দেশকে লিয়ে,
দেশকে লিয়ে.
দাদা, আপনিও তো ভোট দিতে এসেছেন, কোন বিষয়টাকে বেশি মাথায় রাখবেন?
আমি চাইছি যে স্বচ্ছ একটা সরকার গড়ে উঠুক, কোনো করাপশন যেন না থাকে.
करप्शन के इशू में आज वोट डालने के लिए. दादा, कौन से इशू मेनली फोकस में रहेगा?
सर, इशू तो है. इशू एक्चुअली हम चाहिए, मतलब ये होना चाहिए कि यहाँ पर जो भी वोट डालना है शांति बनाए रखें और वोट डाले. जीत हार तो किसी का भी हो सकता है ना.
एकदम शांतिपूर्ण वोट हो. दादा, कौन सा इशू मेनली फोकस में रहेगा?
अरे, इंडिया में इंडस्ट्रीज होगा तब होगा बेकार समस्या समाधान होगा, सही बात है.
नौकरी और इंडस्ट्री. और मैडम, कौन से मुद्दे के ऊपर मेनली फोकस रहेगा, कौन से इशू के ऊपर मेनली फोकस करेंगे? कौन कौन বিষয়গুলোর উপর ফোকাস করে ভোট দিতে এসেছেন?
বাংলায়
আচ্ছা, কোন বিষয়গুলোকে মাথায় রেখে ভোট দিতে এসেছেন?
সব সমস্যাগুলোই আমরা করতে চাই।
বিশেষ করে কোন সমস্যা?
বেকার সমস্যা।
বেকার সমস্যা, নকরি, কোন বিষয়টার উপর?
কর্মসংস্থান আর এলাকার উন্নয়ন কাজ, এইটা
कर्मसंस्थान और ये इलाका का जो डेवलपमेंट उसके ऊपर फोकस करेंगे। मैडम, कौन से इशू मेनली फोकस में रहेगा?
আমি চাই কি বেকারদের চাকরি চাই, আমরা বাইরে যেতে চাই না, আমরা ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গলের মধ্যেই চাকরি চাই।
वेस्ट बंगाल के अंदर में नौकरी चाहिए और नौकरी का इशू को लेकर ही आज ভোট দেওয়ার করিয়া কোন বিষয়টাকে মাথায় রাখবেন ভোট দেওয়ার জন্য? কোন বিষয়টাকে মাথায় রাখা উচিত ভোট দেওয়ার জন্য?
সবকিছু উন্নয়ন হোক,
ডেভেলপমেন্ট।
হ্যাঁ
ম্যাডাম, কোন বিষয়টাকে মাথায় রাখবেন?
উন্নয়ন হোক দেশের,
দেশ का डेवलपमेंट। কোন বিষয়টাকে মেইনলি ফোকাসে রাখবেন?
সমাজের সব কিছুটাই মানুষ, আমরা সমাজে যে বাস করে আছি আমরা সবাই যেন সুষ্ঠুভাবে থাকতে পারি, সমাজের উন্নয়ন এটাই মুখ্য বিষয়।
শান্তি का इशू यानी सिक्योरिटी का इशू में কোন বিষয়টাকে মেইনলি মাথায় রাখবেন?
সবার মন যেন একই হয়, সবাই যেন খুব সুন্দরভাবে বসবাস করতে পারে, নয় ঝগড়া নয় ঝাঁটি, শান্তির শৃঙ্খল শান্তির পরিবেশ, এটাই চাই।
শান্তি चाहिए और इसी वजह से ভোট দিতে এসেছেন, কোন বিষয়টাকে বেশি মাথায় রাখবেন?
মানুষ সাধারণতভাবে শান্তিপূর্ণভাবে থাকতে চায়, আমরা যেন সেই শান্তিপূর্ণভাবে ভালোভাবে থাকতে চাই, ঝগড়া গণ্ডগোল কারোর সঙ্গে কোনো কিছু না করে আমরা যেন শান্তিপূর্ণভাবে বসবাস করতে পারি, এইটাই আমার ছিল।
एकदम ही देखिए, शांति चाहिए सब लोगों का। और जैसे कि पश्चिम बंगाल में बार बार से दिखा जा रहा था कि वोट होते ही एक हिंसा का खबर सामने आ रहा है। और 2 दिन पहले जिस जगह में मैं खड़ा हूँ उस जगह से कुछ ही दूरी में 2 दिन पहले जो हिंसा का घटना, वो हिंसा का घटना भी सामने आया था, जिसको लेकर पॉलिटिकल चर्चा भी अभी चालू हो चुका है। और उसी बीच में आज लोग बढ़ चढ़ कर बाहर आ रहे हैं, वोट देने के लिए बाहर आ रहे हैं, और नौकरी डेवलपमेंट के साथ साथ ही
Renik, what's the pulse on the ground? Because I know there have been incidents. The one, of course, you're referring to is a lethal incident that has taken place. But overall, the elections in Bengal have been a lot quieter. They've been a lot calmer. I remember very ugly scenes, including members of parliament, union ministers last time, their cavalcades being gherawed, attacked, stone pelted. It's been a lot quieter this time around. What's the pulse that you're getting, Renik, that we are done with almost elections in West Bengal now? It's almost finished now, that this pulse has remained pretty quiet this time, which is a good thing.
एकदम ही देखिए, पश्चिम बंगाल में जिस तरीके का मतदान होने के टाइम में, वोट होने के टाइम में जिस तरीके का घटना बार बार से सामने आता था, 2019 का अगर बात किया जाए, 2021 का अगर बात किया जाए, जिस तरीके का घटना सामने आ रहा था, उसी सिचुएशन में 2024 का ये जो लोकसभा चुनाव हो रहा है, जिसका 5 चरण का मतदान हो चुका है और 6ठे चरण का मतदान आज हो रहा है। और इसी सिचुएशन में अभी भी पश्चिम बंगाल का जो हालात है, छोटे मोटे घटना के अलावा शांत है, शांति से ही वोट हो रहा है। मगर मैं आम लोगों से पूछना चाहूंगा, दादा, पश्चिम बंगाल में जिस तरीके का वोट हम लोग पिछले टाइम भी देखते आए हैं, तो इस टाइम में आप कैसे देख रहे हैं पश्चिम बंगाल का वोट?
बिल्कुल शांतिपूर्ण एरिया है ये हम सभी चाहते हैं कि शांति से वोट हो, जीत हार किसी को भी हो सकता है।
आपको क्या लगता है किस तरीके से चुनाव चल रहा है और सिक्योरिटी अरेंजमेंट क्या देख रहे हैं आप?
सिक्योरिटी तो सही है, मैं चाहता हूँ शांतिपूर्ण से वोट हो, कोई दुर्घटना ना घटे।
किस तरीके से आप देख रहे हैं, आपका नज़र में क्या देख रहे हैं, आपका एरिया और बाहर का जो सिक्योरिटी, वो सिक्योरिटी किस तरीके से देख रहे हैं?
यही बूथ में ठीक है, यही बूथ में पार्टिकुलर यही बूथ में ठीक है, अच्छा है।
और एरिया का बात किया जाए तो
एरिया के मालूम नहीं है, एरिया मालूम नहीं है, यही बूथ ठीक है, अच्छा।
दादा, आपको क्या लगता है इधर का सिक्योरिटी अरेंजमेंट कैसा है? इलेक्शन कमीशन की तरफ से सिक्योरिटी अरेंजमेंट
बढ़ाने से अच्छा होगा, ठीक है,
और भी ज्यादा
हाँ एक्टिव होना चाहिए।
तो पिछले टाइम भी तो देखा गया था, इस जगह में एक हिंसा का घटना सामने आया। और इसके पहले वाले चुनाव में भी 2021 बोला जाए, 2019 बोला जाए, पश्चिम बंगाल का चुनाव का मतलब हिंसा है, ऐसा बात फैला जा रहा था। मगर इस साल किस तरीके से आप लोग देख रहे हैं? आपको शांति मिल रहा है? आपको क्या लग रहा है, आश्वस्त हो रहे हैं?
शांति है इधर में, हमारा गांव।
आप लोग आश्वस्त हो रहे हैं?
इस साल शांति है, कहीं पर 2 दिन पहले की बात है, जो घटना हुई है वो काफ़ी दुर्भाग्यजनक है। हम चाहते हैं कि यहाँ पर शांति से वोट हो।
All right, Renik.
एकदम
Okay.
ही देखिए, जिस
Okay.
तरीके
It's a
से
very interesting
सब
battle
लोग
over there in Kanthi. Remember, Sisir Adirkari won the election last time around. He was fighting on a ticket from the Trinamool Congress. He's joined the BJP. His son Subhendu Adhikari is now contesting from there. He's hoping that he can transfer his father's votes to himself. And the BJP is hoping that they will win this seat for pretty much the first time ever. They are hoping that this seat turns for them. And this is the translation, what the BJP is hoping, that they won 18 seats, 21, 22 for Mamta last time around, that it flips. They get 21, 22 and Mamta gets 17, 18. Let's see how this pans out. The working logic right now is in that direction. As you're watching shots from other parts of the country, Hardeep Singh Puri, Union Minister, just cast his vote. I think the Union Minister for External Affairs, S. Jaishankar, casting his vote this morning. Remember, a lot of residents of Delhi will be casting their votes, including Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi as well. Let me hop across back to Kurukshetra to Uday, who's speaking to a lot more people. We'll try to go across to Sirsa also. Hopefully, Akshit has people with him this time. Uday, over to you.
Absolutely, Rishabh. A lot of people, of course, being seen at this particular polling booth, which is a very, very good sign. Last time around as well, Sirsa had reported almost a 78% polling. So we are hoping, of course, that, bigger pardon, people of Kurukshetra, of course, had reported a 78% polling. So we're hoping, of course, that we can beat that number this time around. Let's quickly go across and talk to some people straight away over here. आप आए हैं यहाँ पे. Main issue, sir, आपके लिए इस बार क्या है? Main मुद्दा आपके मन में क्या है आज?
कोई नहीं जी.
मेन इशू कुछ होगा, कुछ रहेगा आपके मन में आज जब आप वोट डालेंगे?
थैंक यू.
लोग कहना नहीं चाहिए, आप बताइए. मेन आप युवा हैं, आपके मन में
विकास हो रहा है, विकास होता रहेगा.
खुश है? लोकल विकास से, देश के विकास से, किस चीज?
देश के विकास से खुश है.
आप बताइए, मेन मुद्दा आपके लिए इस बार सर क्या है? आपके मन में इस बार क्या चल रहा है?
डेवलपमेंट, राष्ट्रवाद.
राष्ट्रवाद, डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है?
बहुत बढ़िया हो रहा है.
देश में, स्थानीय भी,
पूरे देश में सड़कों का जाल.
आपसे पूछना चाहेंगे, मेन इशू आपके मन में इस बार क्या चल रहा है?
विकास, सुरक्षा, सनातन धर्म.
सनातन धर्म भी जरूरी है आपके लिए, सुरक्षा भी. आपसे पूछेंगे साहब, मेन मुद्दा आपके लिए इस बार क्या था? मेन इशू क्या रहेगा आपके मन में आज?
अरे मन में तो यही है कि सही सरकार होनी चाहिए, गरीबों को भी कुछ होना चाहिए, यही चाहते हैं हम.
विकास और राष्ट्र की
रक्षा. विकास हो रहा है यहाँ काफी, स्थानीय लेवल पे भी. मुख्यमंत्री का क्षेत्र है ये. नायब सिंह सैनी खुद यहाँ सांसद थे.
हो रहा है बहुत.
आपसे पूछेंगे सर, मेन मुद्दा आपके मन में इस बार क्या चल रहा है?
बढ़िया काम है सब.
Some women also here. In fact, quickly let's also get some women voices because the women also here in equal number. मैम आपसे पूछेंगे इस बार मन में आपके क्या चल रहा है आज? मुद्दा मेन आपके क्या रहेगा?
सर कोई वो तो नहीं है, लेकिन गवर्नमेंट से यही चाहेंगे कि जो मिडिल क्लास है उनके लिए कुछ करे, क्योंकि जो रिच हैं वो रिच होते जा रहे हैं और जो लोअर क्लासेस हैं वो और ज्यादा पुअर होती जा रही हैं. तो मेन तो यही रहेगा,
लोअर मिडिल और मिडिल
या मिडिल क्लास के लिए कुछ करें. वो सिलेंडर गैस का जो रेट है आपको पता है कहाँ तक जा रहा है. वो ठीक है, हमारी प्रॉपर्टीज के भी रेट बढ़े हैं, पर इतना भी ना हो कि आम इंसान ले ना सके, है ना, दिहाड़ी मजदूर वाला भी ले ना सके. तो मेन मुद्दा यही है कि हमारे घर परिवार का ध्यान रखे गवर्नमेंट.
मैं ये चाहे विकास हो रहा है, मोदी के आने के बाद ही विकास हुआ और हम खुश हैं.
Okay, all right, Uday. Speaking of the Chief Minister, Naib Singh Saini speaking out this morning. Let's quickly listen in.
आज पूरे विश्व के अंदर भारत ऊंचाई के ऊपर पहुंचा है. आज पूरे विश्व में भारत का सम्मान बढ़ा है और हरियाणा देश के विकास के साथ साथ हरियाणा ने भी विकास की ऊंचाइयों को छुआ है. पिछले 10 वर्षों में बहुत सारी कुरीतियाँ थी जिनको आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में समाप्त किया गया है. 2014 से पहले उन कुरीतियों की तरफ ध्यान नहीं दिया गया और लोगों को कहीं ना कहीं बड़ा सफ़र करना पड़ रहा था लोग इस बात को भी समझ रहे हैं, जान रहे हैं।
Okay, all right. Now we've heard from our colleagues on the ground. We got a pulse of what is going on in Haryana, in West Bengal. We'll get a pulse of what is happening in Delhi once we get our reporters up from there as well, because that's a very interesting battle. Let's open this up to a larger conversation. Joining us on the broadcast to help talk us through this are our friends and colleagues, people who have been analyzing this election since the very beginning, to get a pulse of what is going on. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason it's pretty close, you can tell in thinking in contest when we are going into this election, when people go to vote. But what the result will be remains to be seen. Himanshu Bhatt joining us this morning to open up this conversation for us. Himanshu ji, good morning. Now let's pick it up from first the battle in Delhi. Now, a few months from now, we will be sitting here in Delhi and looking at all those people, including yourself, not in Delhi, with a lot of jealousy, because we'll all be choking in bad pollution, okay, record levels. Not a single political party, neta, candidate seems to have mentioned this in this very high stakes battle. The only issue seems to be about alcohol, whether Kejriwal is guilty or innocent or a victim, whether Swati Maliwal was assaulted. These seems to be the issue in Delhi. Do you think that's what the issue is, that the people of Delhi have been swept away by these issues and completely forgotten the other things?
It generally happens that way. Pollution and environment are the least priority, are the last of the priorities. But Delhi, when we talk about Delhi people are going to suffer. Sorry to say that early in the morning, but Delhi people are going to suffer from extreme heat and extreme heat of the politicians. Because you have everything, mix of everything. South Indian dosa is there, Bhel Puri is there, and you have chaat there. And in all that, when you have a mix of Swati Maliwal coming in, people are really confused, and I'll not be surprised, Rishabh. Early in the morning, I'm saying you this. If you have minimum polling in Delhi seats, I will not be surprised. Because people are highly frustrated. This is the sense that I get. The people of that urban setup are highly frustrated. That if this is what is going to be our politicians, we do not want to go and vote for them. This is what Delhi is offering you at this time. Yeah, it's a different thing, with 33% or we have seen elections taking place with 33% votings. And in that, some people winning, some people losing.
Yes.
Another thing, when I say, when people are making it out to be a contest, but people are not looking at the statistics. When you combine the vote shares of two parties, which is equivalent to 42%, and when you combine the vote share of one other party which won, it was 56-58%, and you talk of a contest. Is there a contest really? It is not so.
Okay.
Because Lok Sabha elections are not your Vidhan Sabha
No,
elections.
but we don't know. We'll only find out post facto. We always find out post facto. You're seeing the Union Minister, of course, S. Jaishankar, casting his vote this morning. Good idea who he's voting for there. He's there with his wife Kyoko. But again, we don't know because Delhi is the master place of ironies in the national capital. Yes. One side sweep, not once, but twice for the Aam Aadmi Party in the Vidhan Sabha. I mean, sweep means nothing. The biggest irony, then the BJP sweeps, not once, but twice at the Lok Sabha. 7 out of 7. Not a single seat for anybody else. The second big irony, the party that destroyed the Congress in Delhi. Because remember, the BJP has not been a force in Delhi local politics for 30 years.
Yes.
And the party that destroyed the Congress in Delhi, in fact, that same party is now allied with the Congress in Delhi. We are seeing irony upon irony. Just yesterday, Rahul Gandhi was campaigning, very upset about how he said that that Arvind Kejriwal got bail, but Hemant Soren, because he's a tribal, did not get bail. At the same time, Rahul Gandhi, day before yesterday, saying that he'll be voting for Arvind Kejriwal. So, you know, it is a jumble of confusions taking place in Delhi as we speak. But I promise you, we have not heard a single serious issue in Delhi, because all we've been talking about for the past 1 week it seems to be is on Swati Malewal. Arvind Kejriwal has been telling us that, listen, if you don't win all these seats, I'll be back in jail in a couple of days. When I'm in jail, I want to be watching my party winning all these seats. It's a very emotional appeal. You know, you can talk about the Arvind Kejriwal is also saying that in his guarantees that he's going to reclaim all the land from China. He is going to give away free electricity to all the poor in the entire country. So I don't know whether the Indie bloc is going to give away. It's a jumble. Let's not assume it's a jumble. It does not make any logical sense for the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress to be contesting together in Delhi. But they are 4 seats for the Aam Aadmi Party and of course 3 in which the Congress is contesting. Let me quickly get and try to open this up to get a perspective, as many as we can. Jimsa Ibrahim with us this morning. Jimsa, what do you make of the battle in Delhi as we watch Hardeep Singh Puri cast his vote?
The battle in Delhi. Good morning to you, Rishabh, to my fellow panelists, and of course to the viewers. The battle in Delhi is supposed to be the key contest of what's happening today during the phase 6 of elections. One in Delhi, and let me also say UP and Jharkhand as well. The reason are plenty. You have 10 seats in Haryana going to polls today, out of which at least 3 to 4 seem to be, battling out between the India Alliance and the BJP. And if in case the BJP loses those, they'll have to cover that up from somewhere in West Bengal, which is going to polls today and has 8 seats. Then you have Bihar, where you have 8 seats, more or less 2-3 seats going the India Alliance's way, which will have to be made out in Odisha, where you have 6 seats. So that makes the New Delhi contest all the more important. The couple of seats, that's the new Northeast Delhi, Northwest Delhi, where Udit Raj, the turncoat, is contesting as an alliance partner. And then, of course, New Delhi, that we cannot say. You have Mansoori and Somnath Bharti battling it out. So New Delhi becomes key, along with a couple of seats in UP. I was amused at what you said just a while ago. Alliance partners, the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress, that took me down the memory lane to what happened in Jammu and Kashmir between BJP and the PDP. This was not so long ago. And that was an alliance just in heaven then. But
yeah, I know the reason you're pointing that out, because it's an obvious thing to point out that these impractical alliances take place. One would say the Shiv Sena, NCP Congress alliance in Maharashtra was equally antithetical. Antithetical alliances take place all the time. The question, of course, is did that alliance with the PDP help whom? Didn't seem to have helped either the BJP or the PDP in Kashmir. And similarly, I don't know what help the Congress is expecting to get with allying with the Aam Aadmi Party here. The only reason they are allied, ladies and gentlemen, is so they don't cut each other's votes. And that's all they're hoping for to happen. But at the detriment of the Congress, no doubt, in Delhi. They're going to have to pay the price of having been demolished in states because the Aam Aadmi Party is demolishing the Congress, not the BJP. The BJP was not a player in Punjab. It's the Aam Aadmi Party that wrecked the Congress in Punjab, wrecked the Congress in Delhi, wrecked the Congress's hopes, or at least vote share, in Gujarat. And the Aam Aadmi Party is now even entering in Haryana, where they managed to at least contest 1 seat out of the 10. And so the Aam Aadmi Party gains at the cost of the Congress, not necessarily as the cost of the BJP. For the Congress, of course, to figure out that math. Shekhar, let me get you in on the battle for Delhi. It's an interesting one. Interesting people. Kanhaiya Kumar, for example, who went last time. He was a CPIM candidate out of Begusarai from his hometown, home state. Lost there. Then he is no longer part of the CPIM. He is part of the Congress. One wonders what are people from the CPIM who spent their entire college years as extreme left What are they doing in the Congress?
Rishabh, thank you for having me over. And before I start, I want to congratulate you and your team for the wonderful interview you did with the Honorable Prime Minister. I got to see it a few days back. Very insightful and very interesting. Now, coming to the discussion today, we were talking about politics. But in politics, there are no permanent friends, no permanent enemies. And the candidate you just mentioned, and in terms of the elections in Delhi, I think it's a very, very interesting phase we are in right now because there are some very interesting candidates. There are very, very interesting encounters which is happening. And when you mentioned Kanhaiya Kumar and CPI and Congress, it just goes to say that this elections is going to be really critical and important for a lot of encounters, especially for BJP too. In terms of the last time around, they won 40 out of the 58 seats in the East and in Delhi. So I think this is really critical for them too. But coming from this encounter which is happening between Kanhaiya Kumar and the BJP candidate, I think it goes without saying this. It's a narrative war also which is building up. We have seen so much of media bites happening. We've been seeing so many rallies happening, so many roadshows happening around it, so many encounters happening. So I'm just looking forward to it. But I believe, like I said earlier, I think you just cannot say anything here because, like I said, politics there are no permanent friends. You find strange coalitions happening. But as long as it's developing India at the end, and when we also heard the pulse from the voters in the ground, especially the women voters, I think one thing which really came out. They spoke about development, they spoke about internal security, they spoke about external security. So we're also looking at voters who are very evolved. We have noticed that during the 6 phases, when you've seen the pulse which has been carried out by your team, there's been a drastic difference. It's slowly building up to the end of the elections. And voters are so evolved and so educated about what they want from their, from the leader.
Okay, just hang a second. Speaking of the battle in Delhi, Basuri Swaraj is contesting from the New Delhi constituency, speaking out, the daughter of Sushma Swaraj. Let's listen in. Okay, not saying much there. She will, I'm sure, go to a distance from the polling booth and speak out. She was there with, of course, standing with her father and casting her vote. She's a first-time candidate because 6 out of the 7 candidates for the Bharatiya Janata Party have been changed. Meenakshi Lekhi no longer there. Gautam Gambhir no longer there. The BJP very aggressively thinking that they need to bring in fresh faces in order to sweep this contest once again, because every seat does matter. Every seat the BJP potentially loses, which they won last time, is a seat they have to gain somewhere else. So all of these contests matter. Every single vote, every single seat. You'd think New Delhi, which has been swept by the BJP under Meenakshi Lekhi for the past 2 terms in 2014 and 2018, they'll be hoping it's a safe constituency. But this time around, last time it was, remember, Ajay Makin was fielded from here. He's won this seat in the past. He's not in the fray this time. But Brijesh Goyal of the Aam Aadmi Party had taken away 1.5 lakh votes. So between the two of them, between the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party, they had about 4 lakh votes to Meenakshi Lekhi's 5 lakh votes. So even if the votes come together, potentially on the last performance showing, the BJP under Basuri Swaraj should be okay. Somnath Bharti, a person who's himself faced a lot of time, controversies, cases, family disputes, disputes within his own marriage that have uglily come out in the past. He's back in the fray, and Arvind Kejriwal has picked him. Remember, for the Aam Aadmi Party, they're contesting all the seats in Punjab, they're contesting 4 of the seats in Delhi, they're contesting 1 seat in Haryana. Kartikeya Sharma, Rajya Sabha MP, voting this morning. My colleague Vipin is with him. Let's quickly listen in.
मेरा ऐसा मानना है, मैं आपके माध्यम से भी अपील करना चाहूँगा कि आप पहले मतदान फिर जलपान, पहले आप अपना वोट भुगतान करें और उसके बाद कोई और काम करें, क्योंकि ना ही ये सिर्फ आपका मौलिक अधिकार है पर ये आपकी जिम्मेवारी भी और दायित्व भी है।
मेरे साथ अम्बाला की प्रथम महिला मेयर भी मौजूद है। मैम, क्या कहेंगी, आज मतदान का दिन है और क्या मुद्दे जहन में रखकर?
देखिए, देश प्रथम है और आज बहुत बड़ा पर्व है और हम सबको यहाँ पर वोट करना चाहिए और हर एक नागरिक का फर्ज है कि अपने वोट का अधिकार वो ज़रूर अपनाए। एक जन घर से निकले, वोट करे और एक सशक्त सरकार बनाए, और ये सशक्त सरकार सिर्फ प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के ही नेतृत्व में बन सकती है।
मैम, लोगों से क्या अपील करेंगी कि घरों से बाहर निकले? आज बड़ा दिन है, संवैधानिक अधिकार इस्तेमाल करने का।
जी बिल्कुल, देखिए 5 साल के बाद ये दिन आता है और सबका ये फ़र्ज़ बनता है कि आप घर से निकलें और घर से निकल के अपने वोट का इस्तेमाल करें, ताकि आप कल को ये पछताएं नहीं कि आपकी एक वोट की वजह से कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया।
जी मैम, तो देख सकते हैं आपकी तमाम सहपरिवार जो है वो सांसद कार्तिकेय शर्मा यहाँ पर पहुंचे हैं अपने मत के अधिकार का इस्तेमाल करने के लिए, और ऐसे में आप देख सकते हैं कि पोलिंग स्टेशन
Yeah, well, standard disclaimer, of course, Kartikeya Sharma is the founder of the network of which NewsX is a part. Okay, let's hop across to Northeast Delhi because we were speaking about the very interesting battle. I mentioned Kanhaiya Kumar is taking on the stalwart Manoj Tiwari, the Bhojpuri actor who is the only person that the Bharatiya Janata Party has retained in its candidate list in Delhi. Let's see what the voters are saying this morning. My colleague Gopal Prajapati has been out and about. Let's listen in.
फर्स्ट टाइम वोटर जो कि बहुत एक इम्पॉर्टेंट फैक्टर होता है मतदान या चुनावों में, उनसे बात कर लेते हैं। सबसे पहले अपना नाम बता दीजिए।
मेरा नाम खुशी है।
आप फर्स्ट टाइम वोट डाल रहे हो, यहाँ पर नॉर्थ ईस्ट दिल्ली में रहते हो, क्या सोच लेकर आए हो? यूथ भी हो, क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस है गवर्नमेंट से या फिर जो भी उम्मीदवार जीतता है उससे?
विकसित भारत चाहिए हमें, तो मैंने डेवलपमेंट इंडिया का विजन लिया है 47 तक का, तो उसके थ्रू ही मैं वोट डालूंगी।
सर, आपको क्या लग रहा है इस बार चुनावों के क्या मुद्दे हैं, क्या सोच लेकर आज मतदान करने आए?
मैम, मेन मुद्दा तो जो है कि डेवलपमेंट ही चाहिए, और जो मोदी जी का जो विज़न आ रहा है हमारे को, जो हम देख रहे हैं, उनकी जो बातें हम सुनते हैं, तो उसको लेकर के हमारे अंदर एक एक्साइटमेंट होती है कि यार ये बंदा कुछ कर सकता है। इससे पहले कभी कोई भी बंदा जो है ना देश के लिए नहीं बोलता था, ये जो है हर टाइम सिर्फ देश के लिए बोलते हैं, और हम देश के लिए वोट करने आए हैं।
सर, आप मतदान करने के लिए आए हैं, क्या सोच लेकर आज आप पहुंचे हैं, क्या मुद्दे हैं यहाँ के नॉर्थ ईस्ट दिल्ली?
मैडम, हम तो ये अपने क्षेत्र का विकास चाहते हैं, और जो है मोदी जी अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, देश को अच्छा चला रहे हैं, और हम तो ये चाहते हैं कि मोदी जी की गवर्नमेंट आए और देश अच्छे चले।
Okay, that of course was my colleague Mehendi with my camera person Gopal Prajapati reporting from there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are hearing snippets. That's only going to be a dipstick test. It's only going to be anecdotal examples of what people are thinking. Some people are very upfront. Remember, it's a private vote. You can choose to disclose, not choose to disclose, completely up to you. The questions we instruct our reporters to ask is not who you're voting for. It's always what are the issues. And some people are saying, no, this is the issue. The person is the issue, and this is the person we want. Some people are a lot more cagey. Some people don't want to talk at all. Some people are just shy in front of cameras. But in an overall generalization, you get a dipstick, little bit of an anecdotal pulse of what people are thinking, they're talking, what are the biggest issues. We are now almost towards the end of the Lok Sabha election. Not one person on record in front of a camera, and could be just because it's front of a camera, not one person has said that, listen, Muslim quota is an issue for me, caste is an issue for me, my regional identity is an issue for me. The safe bet, of course, people say is because we want to vote. That can mean anything. But some people are upfront. Watch out for this young lady in politics now. Bansuri Suraj has taken the leap this time around. She's been a lawyer. She's hoping she gets her first Lok Sabha term and then builds a political career from there. Very, very interesting battles. I was discussing Delhi. I'm going to now hop across to quickly have a chat on Bengal with Himanshu. But Himanshu ji, in Bengal, we are almost done with the elections. Okay? Fingers crossed. I don't want to jinx it, ghee, shakkar and everything, that this has gone so far pretty quiet, pretty peaceful. I know that there's been a lethal incident a couple of days ago, so I don't want to undermine that. But it's been comparatively to what we've seen in the state elections, in the panchayat elections, in the Lok Sabha election last time around, where, sitting BJP ministers in the union government, their cars' windows were being smashed, they were being chased, they were running on the streets. None of that has happened this time. It's been much quieter. What do you make of what's happening in Bengal? That's a good sign for sure.
So far, so good, all right. But I do fear. I'll tell you very frankly, because this time it looks like BJP is also prepared. I'll not mince my words. I'll be very, very clear and say BJP is also prepared. And so, after results, there could be that could be the time to watch out. I'll put it that way, Thank God everything will go. I wish everything goes well. But that doesn't happen generally in Bengal. And what is happening now is There have been umpteen number of, cautions given on both sides, by both sides, that let the elections get over. Central forces are not going to be here forever. We'll take you. You are here. You are going to stay here. We are going to be. Now this is going to go a long way in deterring a few people, but still we are seeing that voting percentage has not dipped in Bengal. If you see it consistently, you are having 70 plus voting percentage. That means people are prepared. I have seen couple of incidents. If I say, in certain parts of Bengal, there used to be a pattern of a ruling party goons going and deterring women, threatening them. And they have been beaten back by women. Kumbal kutai jisko bolte hai na? Kumbal kutai hui hai. So this is happening in Bengal.
Yes.
Now that's a very, very, very big sign of saying that this time around BJP will not let this cadre being thrashed as it happened in 2021.
Okay, all right. You can either be altruistic and suggest that actually epiphanies have struck, because fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen, and I say this with caution, but we are nearing the end of a Lok Sabha election, okay? By the end of today, 400 plus parliamentary constituencies would have already voted. And this is the fourth election I'm covering, all right? It's been one of the quieter ones. Think about the states, Uttar Pradesh, infamous for pre-election and during election rioting, absolutely quiet. Bengal, a lot quieter. Bihar, absolutely quiet, okay? Kerala, again a state which had become infamous a few years ago for very ugly, murderous, bloody political fights between the left and the RSS BJP. It's been a peaceful election. Now, whether the political parties have had an epiphany, whether the security forces have got their act together, it's a bit of all of it, I'm hoping, that's resulted. Does that mean that ugly threats and collar grabbing and all that doesn't happen? Yes, it does. Let's not be naive to think that where our cameras are not present, nasty things and all sorts of presuppositions are not being put on the people. Bengal has been a place for rough and tough politics beyond my lifetime, okay, since before I was born. The left was infamous for it. Mamata Banerjee unfortunately became infamous for it, but then she spent her entire career fighting the left. So I empathize where her mental mind space on that came from. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it stays that way. Now, whether that actually swings it one way or the other, we don't know. Let me ask the BJP's Khemchand Sharma joining us this morning. Ms. Sharma, good morning. Let me pick it up from the conversation we were having in Bengal. How do you think it's looking? It's been a much quieter, much calmer. I know there has been ugliness just a couple of days ago, including a fatality. But overall, it's been a quieter election in Bengal. How's it looking for you?
Namaskar, Jai Hind. First of all, I would like to show I have completed my constitutional duty. I have casted my vote. I would like to request through your viewers, please go and cast your vote. This is must. Before doing anything in a day, just go and cast your vote with your family and friends. And also request all your neighbors and all your non-peoples. This election has been quieter or better than before because central forces are there. Central forces are helping the people in building the confidence as well as supporting them. We all know the local administration in Paschim Bengal, they are all aligned with the TMC, and TMC is threatening and also doing the crime as well as killing of the political killing of the opposition parties. Recently, they have killed our worker. It is better, but still they are doing the same thing. They are trying their best. They are threatening the people. Central forces go away, and then what you will do? But now the Bharatiya Janata Party is much stronger. Bharatiya Janata Party volunteers, sympathizer, leaders are with the public, and we are trying to give the confidence. Don't worry, we will fight for you. We are here. We'll remain here, and we are going to win it.
Okay.
And soon.
Okay, Sharma ji, how is okay? So let me flip you across. How do you think Delhi is going? How's the situation? Do you think you have it under control this morning?
Yeah, Delhi is going well, and I have seen the line. In the morning itself, I've just casted my vote around 7:10, and a lot of people on the polling stations. and I'm sure Bharatiya Janata Party is going to win all the 7 seats. And people want to vote for the Modi ji, vote for the stable government, the government which can give the better internal election security, the government which can give the better future prospects for the youths, and the government which has done the work, which is not only talking on the paper or talking in the media. So they believe in Modi ji and Bharatiya Janata Party. And yeah.
Okay, so let's be realistic. Let's be, very, very realistic. Ladies and gentlemen, of the 7 seats in Delhi, there are 2 seats that the opposition, Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress, are hoping that they have a chance. One is the Congress candidate JP Agarwal in Chandni Chowk, okay? And the other, of course, they are hoping that Kanhaiya Kumar can do something in Northeast Delhi. Kuldeep Kumar is fighting from East Delhi for the Aam Aadmi Party. Somnath Bharti is fighting from New Delhi. New Delhi is going to be a tough nut to crack. It's a constituency that Arvind Kejriwal himself has nurtured in the past. So that's the bet over there. But potentially, Khemchandji, go ahead, yeah.
Let me tell you, sir, I'm from the Chandni Chowk constituency itself. In Chandni Chowk constituency, there is only one way, and that is the way of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Even we are going to better the margin of the last time. The Lok Sabha win, I think, with the 2 lakh plus vote, and this time we are sure about 3 lakh plus votes.
Okay.
So,
Dr. Saab, of course, being
Agrawal
Dr. Harshvardhan, the former Union Minister for Health, he's been the stalwart of the Bharatiya Janata Party from Chandni Chowk. He's not a contestant this time. Praveen Khandelwal is contesting from the BJP. He's a localite and he's hoping that he's going to win that seat as well. Let me get perspectives on that. Jim Saab, we were discussing this a short while ago. This is the hope that they flip 1 or 2 seats. That's what they're hoping for. And Northeast Delhi, it's a place that has seen ugliness a few years ago. They've sent him Kanhaiya Kumar. Kanhaiya Kumar has got nothing to do with Northeast Delhi. He's not a local person. He's not really spent his lifetime there. He's, of course, from Begusarai. He studied in JNU, became infamous for his politics. He's the man who became infamous for his sloganeering on Kashmir. And he's contesting from Northeast Delhi. How has Kanhaiya Kumar found a space, Jimsa, do you think, in the politics of Delhi?
I think it has much to do with the demographics of Northeast Delhi. We're all aware that you have a significant portion of Purvanchalis and people from Bihar settled in Northeast Delhi. It was also, like you said, the epicenter of the riots that happened in 2020. So fingers crossed, let that not happen again. But having said that, the demographics favors somebody like Kanhaiya Kumar, which is exactly why he stands from there.
Okay, that's why me sent there. Shekhar, why do you Kanhaiya Kumar into the politics in Delhi? He was in the politics of Begusarai last time around, lost to Giriraj Singh. I remember interviewing Giriraj Singh and Kanhaiya Kumar when that contest was going on. So now he's been sent, he's flipped his party, which is normal in politics, and come to Delhi. Does he settle into the contest in Delhi?
No, I think it won't be easy this time around because he's standing against a very strong candidate. And moreover, I think there's a lot which is running in these elections, like I said earlier, in terms of the encounters, in terms of what each party has to win. So it's not going to be easy for him. And somehow I strangely believe he's just been put in this position because they wanted to fill up this position. I think there's nothing more to it. He's also a rabble-rouser and he's also trying to incite people through his speeches, which we have seen in the past. But this is a different ballgame altogether. This is elections. And here, like we have noticed earlier also, people are voting for development. People are voting for internal security, external security. They're voting for developed India. They're voting for an India which is exclusive as well as inclusive. So all this rabble-rousing will really not work.
I need to take a break before that. Quick, Himanshu, but Delhi, what? I mean, what are the scenarios? The scenarios potentially are that the BJP loses 1 or 2, okay? Or indeed it wins all 7 again. Manoj Tiwari should probably win against Kanhaiya Kumar. He should take that seat. The BJP should easily win 5 out of the 7. That leaves the 2 seats we were discussing, whether that makes a difference or not, we don't know. How does it then impact the Aam Aadmi Party or the Congress if they don't win anything in Delhi, if the reverse scenario was true?
If they don't win anything in Delhi, it proves a point that people, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress can never be allies. Let me tell you very frankly, they can never be allies. That is what you saw yesterday in Rahul Gandhi's Sabha in Chandni Chowk. Why was it that Kejriwal was not there? They are natural enemies. They are not the ones who can be, allies. Because both of them have a different vote share, and you transfer the vote of Aam Aadmi Party to Congress and Congress to Aam Aadmi Party is absolutely not possible.
Okay.
Because the mindsets are very, very different.
Okay,
And so,
but Jim sir, I mean, for the Aam Aadmi Party, there is one single issue, okay, and that issue is Arvind Kejriwal. He says, I'm not resigning as Delhi Chief Minister, even though I have to go back to jail. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, it's a court process. Now, getting extended bail is up to the courts. The courts have been very critical, for example, on Manish Sisodia in the interference and evidence very recently. So it's a court process, but Arvind Kejriwal says, I'll be in jail on the 4th of June, and I want to see 13 seats in Punjab with the Aam Aadmi Party, 4 seats in Delhi with the Aam Aadmi Party. It's a very emotional appeal, and for some people, the emotional appeal may just matter.
It does, and that's exactly why he's playing it. See, whether him being a CM even after the elections are over, and subject to the conditions that he is out on bail now, he would be asked to go back to jail. So will that lead to an administrative crisis then? People are not really thinking of. This emotive appeal, does it hit and resonate with the ordinary voter of Delhi? That's a question. His party's name itself, Aam Aadmi Party, I think he knows how to connect with the voters more than anybody in New Delhi. I think one seat we're missing is also Northwest, where Udit Raj has a possibility. Besides the Connaught, the Northeast Delhi, New Delhi, and Northwest Delhi is one seat that we should really be looking forward to. So I'm sure this rabble-rousing, this emotive appeal by Arvind Kejriwal is definitely going to bring out the voters and turn them into votes.
Okay, but like in any place, there are going to be a set of voters who are Aam Aadmi Party, now constituency, well-nurtured and loyalists. There are going to be a set of voters who are BJP loyalists. There will be a set of voters who once upon a time were Congress loyalists, but have seen, their candidates, in the assembly lose their deposits now once too often and not even come close. So let me put the same question to you, Himanshu. Himanshu ji, in a practical sense, the election in Delhi, nobody is discussing the issues. It's become a simple thing of Arvind Kejriwal. But the people in between, who are not the BJP loyalists or Aam Aadmi Party loyalists, and therefore are up for grabs, that's the swing vote. Does that swing vote say, listen, if the courts are not giving this man an easy bail, a large part of his party colleagues are in jail, they did cancel the policy, obviously something dodgy did take place. Or are they thinking, no, this is the ED, CBI out to go against an honest guy who's trying to bring change in politics?
see, both ways things will work. If I take 10 voters, 7 to 8 will think the first scenario. And 2 to 3 will be foolish enough to go for the second scenario, where they will have a blind trust on a man who fought in India against corruption. So that perception, that you said emotional appeal and other things, this he has been doing it since 2014. And people have got used to that emotional appeal. Every time the content changes, but the emotional appeal, kya hai ji, kaisa hai ji, wala jo appeal hai na, that stays the same. And that a common man on Delhi streets have understood. And that is why when it comes to the national issue, they do not trust him. They have been not trusting him from 2014 onwards on national issues.
Okay.
They might trust him for freebies in the local issues. That's a different issue altogether.
The freebies cuts both ways, because Shekhar, what's happened in Delhi is that you're giving free electricity up to 200 units. But after 200 units, the rates are exponential. So for everybody else, who's the middle class in Delhi, okay, including every single person I know, electricity bills have gone up 50%. They've doubled in the past 3 years. There's a middle class vote also in Delhi that you can't ignore. And of course, if you speak to the Aam Aadmi Party, they say the LG is not letting us, investigate this and why the electricity bills are going up. But they are going up. There's no doubt about it. But Arvind Kejriwal's got his politics very well sorted. But there's no denying that 2 incidents have taken place. He's gone to jail, which is not a small deal. And now his own party MP says that he got her beaten up. Now, does this matter?
It does matter.
Yeah, let Shekhar take that. Shekhar?
Yeah.
See, Rishabh, I think the way Arvind Kejriwal has done it, he's managed it very strategically. He's made this entire elections about him. He's made it about him instead of like the points you mentioned in terms of development or in terms of other issues. And he's quite a canny operator. The way he talks, the way he operates, very very dramatic, which might work at the local level but may not work at the national level. Now we have also noticed that you have mentioned I was thinking back to one of your when one of your reporters had taken a pulse report from a woman who had mentioned that price rise is something which they're looking at. So I think these are the real issues which people are facing with, and I think parties need to focus on these things too, which is climate change, price rise, employment, and various things around it. But I mean, coming back to Arvind Kejriwal, he knows his game inside out. He's making it his, he's making it a narrative war, I feel. With all things which are happening around
either genius, perfect, no, because of what else is he going to do? He has to make it personal, right? I mean, that I'm going to jail, okay? And you guys have to prove it that I'm a victim. Let me get Sharma ji of the BJP back into this. Sharma ji, if you can hear me and are able to join us back into this conversation. In a straightforward way, Sharma ji, the liquor gate in Delhi was an issue even during the local elections at the municipality level in Delhi. Just about a year or so ago. The Aam Aadmi Party did very well. It didn't seem that the corruption tag was sticking. What is different between a year ago municipal elections, MCD elections, and now?
There are a lot of difference. Until the MCD election, Aam Aadmi Party was not completely exposed. They were in process of getting exposed. There were the serious allegations. Now, it is not just the allegations. The ministers are in a jail. Court are commenting. There the serious evidence are there. We cannot give them the bail. Just recently, you have seen the comment from the Delhi High Court. So there is a money trail. 100 crore rupees were taken. Intentionally, they created this policy. Intentionally, they increased the commission from 5% to the 12%. So these comments are coming. Now they have completely exposed. So they are fake, so-called, you can say, truthful people tag has been removed. Now the corrupt tag is been exposed, and now everybody knows the Aam Aadmi Party is not what they're pretending and what they're projecting. They are completely same as the Congress. That is why Chor Chor Mosere Bhai are together. That is why Aam Aadmi Party and Congress has no hesitation, no problem in fighting the election together.
It's a difficult one, okay, because Arvind Kejriwal's, remember his anti-corruption campaign was primarily with Anna Hazare, was primarily against the UPA. Okay, it was at that point of time.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.